Hello, and welcome to episode 425. Sounds about right. Of Prog Review. And today I'm talking about it's Jean-Michel Jarre, Electronica, Volume 1, The Time Machine. This is new. It's a lovely big album. Look, you wouldn't believe he's nearly 70 years old, would you? My God, it's either good surgery or he's got a portrait in the attic somewhere, isn't he? And look, and if you open it up, you've got all the people that are on the album. Because what this is, Jesus, just hit myself in the face. What this is it's Jean-Michel Jarre. He's collaborating. That's what it looks like on the inside. It tells you all the stories of each track, which is really cool. He's collaborating with loads of different people, people that he admires and respects in the music genre, electronic music genre. But there are some people on here like Pete Townsend who, well, he explains why. It's when this was broke, I ignored it. I purposely ignored it. I thought, I'm not going to listen to any of the teasers. I'm not going to listen to any of the interviews. I'm just going to ignore it, like I did with the new Faith No More album. I'm going to come to it absolutely fresh, because when you see teasers and that, it tends to not spoil, but I don't know, sometimes it just lessens the impact of the album. And I thought, no, I'm just gonna come to it fresh, because I didn't know what to expect, because these collaboration albums, they can either go one way or the other, can't they? They can be a little bit pony, or they can be pretty interesting. And this one, Sacré Bleu, Baguette, Jacques Cousteau, Gérard Depardieu, Mon Petit Champignon, Où est la bibliothèque? That's my French for you. Le Grand Fromage. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it's absolute runaway success. Like I say, you've got loads of different people on here. Starts off with the title track called Time Machine, with someone called Boys Noise, who I wasn't familiar with, and and it's sort of a burbly intro. Sets you up for the album. This goes into a track called Glory, where he works with M83, who's got a really good album out, which I must cover. Hurry Up, We're Dreaming. Which is a really good album. Air is on here with Close Your Eyes, and that's typical what you'd expect from them. And then Automatic Parts 1 and 2 features Vince Clarke, he of Depeche Mode and Yazoo and Erasure fame, So these are interesting people to work with, and each track is obviously different. It is stylistically, it explores various styles of electronic music, which is really cool. And it's not, it's like old and modern. You hear old Jean-Michel Jarre noises tootling around in it, but there's also like a new, fresh aspect to it as well. And I think it's a really good mix. There's a track called If, which he works on with Little Boots. And if it was summer, I'd say this is like a real summer hit. It could have been if they'd have released it as a single, I reckon it could have been it's a real summery, nice little track. Immortals with the Fuck Buttons is really, really cool. Moby, Sons of Gone, really clever. Gesaffelstein has a track with him called Conquistador, which rounds up the second side of the first disc, which is nice. And then Pete Townsend turns up and goes techno. And again, apparently it's a longer track. It's supposed to be like 10 minutes long, but we've only got a little teaser of it here. And apparently Jean-Michel Jarre is going to release the whole thing, either independently or another album. And Travelator is quite good fun. Tangerine Dream, you've heard of them. They have a suitably ambient piece. Rely on Me features the voice of Laurie Anderson, where she plays almost like the female version of How in a mobile phone. It's like Siri gone wrong, Siri on a nervous breakdown, and I love it. It's all about technology spying on you, but you're in love with the technology. You can't be without your phone. A bit like that film that they made with Joaquin Phoenix. Was it called She? Yeah, it's a bit like that, but with Laurie Anderson freaking you out. And that side ends with Stardust, which is a certainly arms in the air stomper with Armin van Buuren. Turn it over. Watching You first features 3D from Massive Attack, which is an interesting track. And then one of the big surprises, John Carpenter turns up with A Question of Blood. And that is, again, it's only a short piece. I think it's one of the shorter ones on the album. But it's atmospheric. And again, we all forget that John Carpenter, scored those early films himself. Halloween. I'm trying to remember. The Fog. Escape from New York. I think he scored all of those early ones. And I'm sure someone will correct me. They always do. I haven't got Wikipedia open like you can go and look it up. And then it finishes with The Train and the River, which again, if you listen to it, it's real. It's got real old Jean-Michel Jarre noises on there. I wasn't sure if it was taken from something else. I couldn't determine whether it was like it sounded like something from Equinox, but I might be wrong. But it features Lang Lang. I think it's a giant panda. I'm joking. He's a pianist. I know. He's a pianist. But yeah, so altogether, I mean, it's all great, isn't it? And there's like a giant mix of it you can get, because you got MP3s with this, and they've got his mega mix where it all flows into one. Because with this, you have to get up and turn it over. It sounds lovely on the vinyl, I might add. And yeah, I mean, I really, really thought it was a good album. And it's a real, it's even though there's all these different people, it just seems to work. And again, I don't expect much from Jean-Michel Jarre these days because, these last few albums have been a bit, what's the word? Not samey, but you get the feeling that your ship has sailed. But here, he very much, put his flag in the ground. I'm still here, and it's good. I think it's a really good collaborative album. I don't think there's been a work as strong as this for a very long time, and I thoroughly recommend it and extol its virtues. It was a pleasant surprise, a very, very pleasant surprise, and like I said, there's a lot on there to make you go back to, and it sounds brilliant. It's a great record. In terms of a rating, I'm gonna give this, well, I think there's only one way to go really. I'm gonna give this 5 Stardust out of 5. That's 5 Stardust out of 5, because I just think it's a very difficult project to pull off when you've got all these different people working with you. And he did actually meet every single one of them. It wasn't done over ADSL and over Skype or whatever. He actually went to everyone, and everyone came to his studios, and they actually met up and physically worked on the tracks together, which makes it a much more analog experience. And no, I just thought it was really, really good, really good. And I think if you like electronic music of any kind, I think you should definitely give this one a spin. And again, it also gives you the chance to go off and check out all those people that he's worked with. Because that's what I'm going to do. Boys Noise, I'm going to have to check them out now. So yeah, I mean, great record. Anyway, my name's Darren. Like I've been talking about Jean-Michel Jarre's Electronica, number 1, The Time Machine. Apparently, number 2's out next year, I think, March. I think it's penciled in for March next year, so that should be interesting, and we'll have to see how that one fits in with all this. And that's it. Of course, don't forget, I'm on the old social media, so I'm on the old Bookface, isn't it? Twitface, I forgot what I call it. Twitface, that's the one. And Google Plus. Does anybody know what Google Plus is for? There's also, you can go to my music site where you can listen and even purchase, with money, my albums. Yeah, I also record. Isn't that great? That's at music.darrenlock.com. And if you want to throw a few pennies into the hat to keep the good ship Prog Review sailing, boop boop, we also have a Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/ lock. That's LOCK. Of course it is. Lock without the E. And hopefully you've enjoyed all this. Don't forget to thumbs it up and tell all your friends. Kiss your granny, take the dog for a walk, all that kind of stuff. And that's it. I'm out of here. Only one more thing to say, and that's Prog on. So I did it in the style of Electronica there, you see. Like I was a robot. Oh, come on, I tried.